It's been 298 days of torture.
For nearly 10 months, Crystal and Rick De Balinhard have waited to learn how their 15-year-old son died during a confrontation with RCMP. The Independent Investigations Office has now cleared officers of wrongdoing, but confirms none had autism-specific training.
And there are major gaps in how police are trained to deal with neurodivergent individuals. They did not recognize Chase was in sensory overload.
Chase, who functioned developmentally like a 10-year-old, left home with a pellet gun without his parents' knowledge. The IAO says he called 911, reporting he had a gun, was suicidal, and that he was autistic. Witnesses described him as blank and confused, but none of them said he threatened them directly. Police believe the weapon was real and say he pointed it at them before they fired. 2 officers shot nearly simultaneously. One round missed and hit a home. The other struck Chase in the chest.
Although Chase was tragically killed, there was no offense committed by any officers in causing Chase's death.
The IAO says officers had no autism recognition or communication training and notes sensory overload may have prevented Chase from processing commands. The report says both officers fired at the same time after assessing an imminent threat, but experts say another factor is possible.
So I've also heard of situations where one officer fires and it triggers a second officer to fire as well, because you hear a bang and sometimes you don't even know it.
Chase's death has already led to promised reforms. Following a CTV News investigation, the province revised its upcoming autism-specific training after initially failing to consult major autism organizations. A coroner's inquest, which could take years, is expected to examine inconsistencies, training gaps, and hear from the officer who fired the fatal shot, but did not speak to the IAO.
We don't want this to happen to another family.
I do think it'll make everyone in our society do better when it comes to like I said, vulnerable individuals. And I do think police have been open to improving the knowledge of their members with respect to autism.
For the De Balinhards, the report brings some clarity, but not closure.
Policing without autism-specific training is policing without essential knowledge.
Autism-specific training has been promised by the province this fall. The BC Coroner Service will now decide when to begin its inquest. Chase's family says he wanted to change the world, and now they're determined to make sure he still does. Reagan Hasegawa, CTV News, Surrey.